right, so for the longest time, I've wanted AIM Labs, but I was never able to have a PC because it was only on PC. But as of November of last year, so just a few months ago, we got it. Consoles got AIM Labs. This is broken. So we could never, ever, ever make up for the difference between PC and console when it comes to frames per second, latency, stuff like that. But we can even this one out. We can even this one out. And I'm already decent, but I found myself wanting to be better. And this is exactly how I do it. So at this point, I've had this downloaded for a couple of days now, and I've only been on it for like 6 hours, but that's decent in a couple of days. Um, just found out how to favorite my things. Not that it's hard to do, I just wasn't looking at it. And now I can actually make a playlist. I mean, I still don't know how to make a playlist, but I can just run down my favorites. But I'm liking tracking things. I'm liking dealing with changing of movement because, like, especially when I'm not thinking about it, I'll just snap right to target. So I'm not worried about that. When I'm not thinking, which is also what all of this needs to be, all of this, every movement, everything that I need to be doing in Battlefield needs to be not thought about. So now I have no idea how I got 4,000 as my high score in the last couple of days. No idea because I've been sitting here. I just got 3,000 again, and I thought I had gotten better, but oh, man, I have no idea. But I'm gonna keep doing this one because this is the thing. I'm just gonna find my playlists, and I'm gonna find my playlist by finding one that I want to do, and I do it for a while, and then I make sure that it's favorited, and then I go find another one I want. I did get the pro version. So far, I don't really know if it's worth it. I haven't really. Okay, maybe it is because I had estimated my sensitivity for Battlefield because I can't find the actual Battlefield 6 one-to-one setup, and on my on Battlefield it's maxed, so I don't know how to do that because maxed on this is holy god. No, that's not what we're doing. That's not Battlefield. But yeah, so instead of talking a bunch, I'm going to actually mute this up, and I'm going to end up feeling like I'm being watched and probably really bad, but we'll see. I don't know why I did that. I could just not talk because, like, I do want to explain some of these things. I really like this one. I can do it from the hip, or I can do it aimed in. It doesn't affect the points. I'm not sure yet if accuracy affects how many points you ultimately get, besides the fact that you're hitting the target. Um, but like because I don't know, you can just hold down the trigger. I haven't played long enough to know things like this, but this one's for a minute. I actually prefer the ones that are a little bit shorter, like 30 seconds. But I mean, a minute definitely makes it a decent little warm up, especially if that's what you're trying to do. But you just click R2 to begin, and I'm gonna keep doing this from aimed in because that's what I've been doing for the last few of them. Well, I got the 3,000. I'm trying to break the 4,000 before I move on and actually favorite this one. But all right, we're gonna do this. Oh, well, it was better than my 3,000. Cool. But it's telling you to stay on the, so if it's moving to the right, it says to stay, like, okay, so right there, not ideal, ideal, the edge tracking. I don't quite understand. I mean, I'd rather be, oh, I get it, because then when it changes direction, if it changes the direction that you're really not ready to go, which is the opposite direction you're going, it has to move through your crosshair to do it. Okay, 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 that actually makes a little bit of sense. Let's keep this up. See if we could hit that freaking 4,000. See what kind of a run on this was 4,000. Because I feel fairly proud of myself on these. Because, like, yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. Not proud right now. That should have been better. Oh, yeah. Still not 4,000. It's better than my last run. But whatever. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's enough of a sensitivity. But, so, I mean, it told me to lower the sensitivity that I had chosen for the battlefield. My estimation. I mean, don't get me wrong. This really doesn't feel like it, but if I can, so what I'm learning right now isn't so much, I guess, the sensitivity itself. It's how to make minute changes with your thumbs, because there's a big difference between that and that, and being able to not just do a difference between that, but be able to do that and that and that, and being able to change that up. So I'm hoping that that does play out really well for my Battlefield experience. I will say that I have played some since I've been in, and funny story, I might as well put it on here. So I'm playing with this guy that ended up friend requesting me, and I took it and we played for a few games, and he's complimenting me because I'm getting like 38 and 4. It's TDM, and I'm just wrecking everybody. And so like we even ended up playing some breakthrough, and I got like 98 kills, and it was casual because I took him into that. He's a newer player. So, I mean, there was that, but still, it's a lot of kills. And I ended up telling him about aim labs. And he literally thought that, because he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, send me the link, send me the link. I was like, it's in your store, like your PlayStation store. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he gets it, he downloads it. He's like, so do I just like run this while I play Battlefield? And I was like, wait a minute. I'm not cheating, bro. I'm not cheating. This is training. This is training. But yeah, all right. So let's get on to this, because I'm hoping that just that ability to be more in tune with the controller itself is going to directly equate into Battlefield, and then I can up my sensitivity on aim labs and continue to get even more and more and more cracked. Yeah. Okay, it looks like it's maybe a slight bit better than my last one, but this one won't be better. Yeah. But like what I was meaning for like the accuracy is like if you're not pressing the trigger while you know you're not going to be getting a hit on it, does that help your points versus if you're just holding down the trigger like I am? I mean, don't get me wrong, um, especially the semi-auto things. I don't sit there and just keep blasting. I do try and get flick hit kills because like they'll have these because this is the moon. It's also why I said I'm shooting for the moon, both in my plans and literally in the game. It's the moon. But yeah, ready to get this. You know, we're gonna get there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So not better than my best tonight. Still no idea where that 4,000 came from. I mean, it says it was mine because down there in the bottom left it says, you know, methodical evil 4,022, and it's I'm pretty sure that was my high score right there. But damn, and it is with 55% accuracy, so I can only get twice as good. Not even. Okay, start off good. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hope you could hear the sarcasm. Yeah. Yep, was not better. Okay, this is my best one so far tonight, but I got no idea where another 500, 490 or 89 is coming from this. Jesus. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know I'm missing plenty of shots for it, just I don't know where I'm going to be pulling it from. Not saying it's a perfect run, it's not. I mean, I haven't done good at all. Pretty sure I would have done it from the hip, though, for that 4,000, not because I think I'm better from the hip, I'm just pretty sure that's what I was doing. I've done a lot of these so far. And I also prefer, like, I just thought about it, because, you know, if I'm in a game with a squad, and I'm talking to nobody, because you guys aren't listening yet, if ever at all, you know, that's kind of cringe, and I feel bad for them, so glad I'm not doing that right now. And I can stop killing everybody by ultimately just better positioning. Wow, that was terrible. Whew. Now, at a certain point, you can't sit here and keep beating yourself, and you move on to the next thing, and eventually, you know, you end up getting it. Otherwise, you just burn yourself out. One more, and then I'm going to move on. Unless I get close. I won't. Yeah, and I thought that was amazing. At least for me, I'm doing it again. Golly, where did that 4,000 come from? All right, well, see what the next task is. Oh, it's this. So it's 3 walls of this, and it's semi-auto. Let's get her done. Yeah, definitely not my highest score. But it's also not one of the things that I really want to focus on. Neither is this. Don't get me wrong. It's probably wanting me to aim down sights, too. But I mean, I'm trying to trade my flick a little bit. Oof. I'm gonna do that one again, because this is one of the ones that I want. Because, like, I want that moving, almost body size thing that moves at different speeds, different directions. Because I can't feasibly have somebody do that for me in a gunfight enough times, while trying to defend themselves and everything else, and all I'm trying to do is practice my aim. And bots are so good these days, not that they give me a problem, but it does affect, honing your aim when you're trying to not die. And then when they sucked, they moved around in ways that it kind of like messed up your aim and how you anticipate your enemies to be at, because you'd be shooting so many bots. That was like Black Ops 2 era, at least from my experience for bots. Now, don't get me wrong, you could make them veteran bots, they'd be really good, but only their aim and their ability to shoot you through things that you could never see through. So, alright, let's just do more of this. Excuse me. I mean, almost my high score. Let's go and do that again. Only 16% of the shots were at the ideal spot. That trailing edge. Keeps snapping way too far. This should be a high score for me. No, maybe not. Really shouldn't have looked at it. Why did I do that? That was stupid. Could have been a high score for me. Yeah, could have been if I didn't freaking look at it. I'm such an idiot. I'm such a freaking idiot. Can't quite get it this time. Yeah, no. Oh, close, but nope. Damn. Might be my worst one yet. No, not my worst one. Crazy. Crazy how that's not my worst one. I mean, 30% of it was ideal, though. Hmm. Shouldn't be my worst. Ugh, almost my best. Yeah, this one's not. We'll just restart this one. Not that it's going to be any better, but we'll give it a shot. Not my worst, but it was not my best. Yeah. Alright. I do kind of want to make sure I favorite the last one, though. Come on. Ah. Poof. Me getting older, too, knowing that my reactions aren't quite what they used to be, does mean that I really need. Okay, so I've never done that one before. Okay, so we're gonna get back out so I can save this strafe track. Add to favorites. So now I've got strafe track. I got the bounce track. I like bounce track. That's what I'd saved before I actually got on here. Bounce track is pretty cool. And if you could get to where you could, like, hell, just these two. If you could get to where you could master... so hard, though. These two... in between practice thing them. So, like... So I was doing better than this when I was in it the last time, the last one that I did. You'll see what my record is. Even though I think that this one, it had like 4... No, I don't remember. Whatever. It's so fucking hard. You'd think I'm a noob at like Battlefield and shit, but you can go look at my clips. You can go look at when I go live and stuff. Jeez. Okay, so that was a new high score. So apparently I wasn't doing very good on it. Whatever. I don't really pay that much attention to how well I was doing because it doesn't really matter. Because what I'm going for is what I'm gonna do. So I mean that's cool. Did better like that. Cool. Now let's do another aimed in one. And basically this is teaching you how to get a controller response to go stay tracked onto things like that. And that can be scaled up to different sensitivities. Because what the hell am I going to do with, 5 times the sensitivity than this when I can't even do it with this sensitivity? Let's be real. I can sit there and pound my head against more of a brick wall. Cool. And that did get me another high score. That was aimed in. Cool. Let's see. And there's this has got some pretty cool things in it. I like this one. Because there's not a lot for Battlefield 6, but this has some pretty cool ones. I like this one. This one's from the hip only. I do find, like right there, I didn't. But what I want to do is already have my next target picked out when I'm killing one. That way, if one pops up, I'm not jerking myself to go to the new one that just popped up because I killed the one. That was a better score. Which I shouldn't really done that, but I was able to flick to it properly, so it's not, that big of a negative, at least impact on my score. But for my training, I'm not trying to do things like that. I'm trying to have it picked out. Don't get me wrong, when an enemy comes around the corner, I can't really have them picked out. All right, guy, run around the corner now. There we go, got it. No, but, still, the fundamentals of this are what I'm trying to focus on. Cool, so I did better than last time on that. Stable shooting. Yeah, see, that was one where I wasted some time because I kind of jerked over to a new one that I shouldn't have already been locked onto, because I already had a target and I should have just gone to it because my fingers were already prepared, my mind was prepared, and I didn't do it. So I tied my high score, yeah, so I tied my high score with it. Let's go ahead and go to the next task. Don't know if it has you run the same task twice on some things, because this certainly does feel like that last one, and those previous two felt like the same. Thinking it might, because it's a playlist for Battlefield, so it's like this will get you good and ready. Like, run these a few times, and really, everybody has that warm up game. Well, you can warm up in aim labs. That's what PC players do, at least the good ones. Really? Oh, because there's a number of how many of them you kill, how many targets you destroy. Alright, this one's kind of cool too. More from the hip stuff. I mean, I will get better points by just holding down the trigger, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. To train my trigger finger to always be down, I don't think that's really what I want to do. But I just did it. I mean, not for all of it. And I did get a high score. Okay, but yeah, my best pace was over there. 49 to 60 seconds, but my worst was also there. So is he gonna do this one again? Seems like it. So we're just gonna run trigger down the whole time. Don't know if it's a good thing for training, but we're just gonna see if I can blast past 69. Yeah, yeah, 76, yeah. Hmm. That wasn't bad. That was 11th. Wow, I fucked that up because that's a short one, isn't it? Yeah. Wow, that was terrible. I think part of it for that one that got the 11th is I got lucky with some of them spawning on top of each other. Like that was pretty lucky. Damn. Oh, by 1 point. Ah, I got to 10th. Tied with 10th. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We'll take 10th for now. 'Cause, yeah. Oh, it's going to have me do it again anyways. Forgot it has you do it twice. Well, this does at least. For the warm up. The battlefield warm up. Thought there was less on it than there was. So I flicked across. I think he was going to finish it off. That's a longer one. That's what it is. Okay, blasted past my previous high score. Only 40 people on that leaderboard. There was only 53 on the other one. I know it's still there. Nice. That's a 12th. Nice. Of course, 1891 for first place. That's insane. Jesus. Nice. Nice. So it's not going so great. I'm going to let that one hang out until other live ones drag me a little closer. Of course, that was going to be really close, but I jumped the gun. Be my last one. Only 26 players on this leaderboard. I looked over at the time, it's a 30-second one. This is not good when I'm trying to actually do good. Cool. Stationary. Maybe it's the beginning of the week. It's Monday. So we'll do this one again. Because it doubles up the experiences. One popped up where that one was. If I'd have been a little bit more aware, I'd have just sat there for another second. Same thing there. Damn. I missed one of them. Holy shit. I'm in third place. What? What? I mean, I do believe it's the beginning of the week. There's only 29 people on the freaking leaderboards. But you can't be disappointed with the fact that, you know, hey, I'm sitting with a bronze thing there. Okay, we can aim. Oh. It's not semi-auto though. I mean, if I'm competing with other people, I know they're doing this. Could add one more. And my high was 67. Oh, it didn't give me a second one to do. Huh. Okay. Nice. Blew my old score out of the water. Nice. What is this? Oh, wow. Oh God, it's that. Yeah, this one's really, really, really throws me. So you try to get both. Oh, ugh. This one really throws me off. I can almost get into a rhythm. Ugh. Almost get into a rhythm. God, it really lost me, didn't it? Oof. I mean, I beat my high score. Let's try it from the hip. So far, I ain't doing much better. Eh, beat it by a little bit. So, like, way back when, I ended up getting really good because I only fired from the hip for a really long time. And that's kind of what I'm circumventing right now. So I'm not having to get a bunch of deaths because I'm firing from the hip when I shouldn't be. And I just got really good at having my crosshairs where they were supposed to be. and I would pull the trigger before I was aimed in, and I would have a couple of bullets from that hip fire while transitioning that would land, and then that would put me a fair bit ahead, especially when most people aim and then fire. I mean, you're supposed to pre-fire, everybody knows that, but it'd be great if you've got every reason in the world to believe that those rounds are going to frickin' hit. That something's going to hit. And it's like you can challenge a lot more gunfights if you're pretty sure your couple of rounds are going to hit before theirs are. Golly. You had to wear that orange explosion is always on the side of it. I think you'd only lose gunfights that you are horribly disadvantaged for. And by horribly, that implies more than one player. So you pretty much win every 1v1 gunfight that they weren't coming up from behind you and stabbing you in the frickin' back. Come on. One shy of at least tying it. Phew, I really thought that was going to be at least close. Jeez. Yeah, that was terrible. Oof. Huh. I was doing semi-hour the last time I did this, if I remember correctly. So I'm still gonna break that record. Yep, yep, yep. At least if I won. Golly. Oh, there's 1,875 people on that one, and I still got 126. I mean, all right, that's decent. All right, well, I think I'd like to play a little bit of Battlefield.